Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So I think I just put up a video about the top 10 monsters according to certain JP players, and I did mention that I was going to make a top 10 monsters list of my own personal picks. So that's what this will be. And yeah, I decided to go ahead and not pick any of those 10 on the previous list. I agree with all those choices except for Jekyll and Hyde. I don't have Jekyll and Hyde. But all the others I agree with, so this would be like a supplementary top 10. Okay, and then this one I have a more defined top 10 ranking. So, number 10 is Tampopo Ascension. You might have seen this one come in. But I recently discovered the hit stop. And yeah, that's a lot of fun to try to go for. It's like a super match shot that only Tampopo and then like a couple other guys can do. But beyond that, she's pretty good stats-wise as well. HP is decent, attack is decent, speed is good actually for a balanced type. She has a super versatile skill set in flight and no gravity barriers, so she can go to lots of different missions. And her bump combo is actually pretty strong. I've been using her a lot more, and I've been kind of pleasantly surprised at how strong the bump combo is. The shotgun goes in all directions, so you might think that the damage is not very concentrated. But if you're close to a guy, then it can do a lot of damage. And then the strike shot does a lot of damage as well, but it's a little difficult to use. You ideally want to use her with a blast bump combo guy, or other people with, high hit bump combos. And then, yeah, on top of that, I think Tampopo has one of the best ball icons in the game. So yeah, very good. I put her at number 10 just because she's my most recent addition to the list, just because I've been using her a lot to get hit stops. Alright, so that was number 10, Tampopo Ascension. Number 9 is... here is Thumbelina Evolution. And she recently got a buff. She was also... she was already really strong before, but now she's even better. First of all, her stats are pretty crazy. HP is almost tank level. Attack is high. Speed is decent. Good for a balanced type. She has a triple ability, null gravity barrier, null damage wall, so that means she can go to lots of different missions. And then in her buff she got the full resistance, which cuts 25% of damage from all elements. So that makes her especially good in light quests where she can do extra damage with her attack without taking the extra damage herself. But that also means that she's more viable for just all other element quests. She has defense up, the bump combo. That's pretty rare. And yeah, if you are a defensively minded player like I am, then raising your defense is always good. So she's good there. And then she has a meteor strike shot, which is great for clearing a field of mobs. And it also has a chance to put guys to sleep, I believe. So, yeah, lots of abilities. Very cool. Thumbelina, number 9. Okay, number 8 is Nobunaga X. Oops. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Nobunaga X. And yeah, she's right up there with Sinbad Ascension as the best water null gravity barrier guy with just the single ability. And yeah, her attack is very high. All of her other stats are just fine. And yeah, we just got the update this morning where she picked up the Luck Skill Guide. And this is a big help for her in like floor 32 of the Tower of Champions, so that she can pinch better. Her bump combo, she has the blast bump combo, and then energy circle. And Energy Circle is one of my favorite bump combos. Pretty strong. And then she has maybe the best strike shot in the game, which is the Grand Command Strike Shot. I mentioned this in the video with Lucifer, but you can use it for anything. Doing damage to mobs, doing damage to the boss, Grabbing hearts, getting guys in bad position out of position. Just, yeah, everything. And I also use her all the time when I'm hunting for Hakua. And I'll take her to any element but green, of course. So, yep. Nobunaga X, number 8. And then number 7, also on this page, is Ryoma Ascension. He is an older character, but he is still very sturdy. He holds up. And then later he's going to get a transcendent form that makes him even crazier. But he's plenty strong now. No, I guess he also picked up a guide this morning. Yeah, very high attack, but in addition to that, he has Wood Slayer. And yeah, so in any green quest, he'll do a lot of damage, and he's even worth bringing to quests with like warps or mines or damage walls, just because that Wood Slayer is so great. He is a little more versatile than just green quest though. He can go to Tsukuyomi, for example, and he's good there because, you know, gravity barriers are there. And then he also has a command strike shot, which is always helpful in almost any situation. So yeah, Ryoma Ascension, number 7, and I'm very much looking forward to his Transcendent form, which appeared in the anime. Okay, so number 6 is Verdandi. She is another null gravity barrier, null damage wall character, in addition to Thumbelina. And she was also buffed along with Thumbelina. So she became a blast type, and then she got a better bump combo. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but what it does is that it covers a lot of space. So it can really kind of shave down the little guys' hit points all over the screen. Her stats are also very, very high. And then she has a strike shot, which is the same as Yamato Takeru, where she becomes a pierce type. And then you can use this either to, you know, get out of bad position or grab hearts if you're in an emergency, or ideally use it to go back and forth through the boss's weak point. And then you'll do well over 1,000,000 damage with that strike shot. And yeah, she was one of the ones that I got very early in the game, so I used her a lot. She's still number 1 in my most used monsters list. So yeah, number 6, Verdandi. And then number 5 I do not have on this device, so let's go to the Monsterpedia and look at... Where is she? There she is. Uriel Ascension. So yeah, another null damage wall, null gravity barrier. You can tell I like this skill set. But she's different in that she's a Pierce. So she plays a little bit differently from Thumbelina and Verdandi. And yeah, she's kind of a simple character, but strong. Yeah. She's got the Pierce, she's got the double null, she has decent stats, she has a command strike shot, and then she has the cross laser, which is, you know, decent. So she's not very flashy, but she's just solid and really strong. And then I've said this 1,000,000 times already, but mine has a knockout Abelberry S+. So she's a lot of fun to use there. Alrighty, so that was number 5, Uriel Evolution. And then number 4 is also Light Element. There she is. This is Hakua. And yeah, I am amazed at how strong this character is. HP is almost tank level. Attack is very close to 30,000. And speed is good too. She also has that very versatile double null ability of Minesweeper, Null Gravity Barrier. It's much more common to see Flight Null Gravity Barrier, but Hakua has the Minesweeper. And so when she picks up a mine, her almost 30,000 attack is raised by 50% again, so just crazy stuff. She has a rebound laser, same as Izanami. So if you can, you know, get that back and forth through the boss's weak point, that can do a lot of damage. And then she has the strike shot where she gains like 3 images, and the 4 of them, you know, bounce around the field. And that can be good to clear a field of little guys. Yeah, she's just really, really strong. A max luck of her would be amazing, but I think it's totally out of reach, so I'm not even going to try. Yeah, if you can get a Hakua, she's very worth the effort. Okay, so that was number 4, Hakua. Number 3, actually, let's go here. Number 3, where is she? There she is. Sakura. And I'm choosing the Ascension version, of course, but I did want to show off the artwork for all 3 versions of her. She's modeled after like a Taisho era student, in that she's got the hat and the boots and then the poofy pants. And I'm a big fan of Taisho era in that time. This one's a little bit different from that. But yeah, I like all 3 of her designs, all 3 of her levels. And then to use, actually I like, I actually like both the Evolution and the Ascension. I guess you can call this 3 and then 3.5 in the ranks. But the Evolution here, very low hit points, but very high attack and high speed. She's a pure attacker. And yeah, she's got Pierce, null damage wall, and she's Blast type. And so her Slice and Dice is the strongest Slice and Dice in the game. And then finally she has a Tackle Strike Shot, which lasts much, much longer than a typical Tackle Strike Shot. So yeah, if you just need a pure power, and you don't need to worry about gimmicks too much, then I can recommend Sakura Evolution. And actually for easy quests, like quests that only drop 1 drop monster at a time, that you need to make a max luck of, I highly recommend her. Just because those quests are easy, the chances of dying are very low, and then she does a lot of damage, and she has no gauge, so she's very easy to use. And her strike shot charges up quickly. Alright, but I'm usually using the Ascension version here. She has decent stats. She is a speed type, so her speed is her highest stat. But she has a triple ability, Flight, Null Damage Wall, and she has Recovery on the gauge. Pierce and Null Damage Wall, that's one of my favorite combinations there. The addition of Flight means she can go to more quests for that. And then a Recovery means she kind of adds an element of, what do you call it? Like security as you're playing. She keeps your HP up during the entire run, so she's excellent. She also has the Slice and Dice, but just the regular strength, still very good. And then she has a speed and power up strike shot, which is decent. It doesn't add a lot to her attack, unless you can get it just isolated on the boss. Then it's pretty strong. But I usually use it to help with the healing in case I'm in an emergency, and I want to have a better chance of hitting all my other guys to get more recovery in there. So yeah, Sakura, rank 3. Okay, and then we'll go back to the monster box. Number 2 overall, in my opinion, is Son Goku Ascension. And yeah, he's got pretty solid stats. He has a null damage wall, which is fine. Wood resistance, which adds to his defense. And then he has the great triple threat of a command strike shot, speed up bump combo, and a blast bump combo. So he's a really good support character. He has good defense, and then he helps his teammates with his bump combos very much. But he also has a good offensive attack with his strike shot. So he's very well-rounded, and I'm usually taking him when I go Hakua hunting. So yeah, Son Goku, number 2. And then the top overall is Tempest Ascension here. And yeah, she is an English version exclusive. And yeah, I feel like if she were in the JP game, the guys that I mentioned in the previous video would probably place her in the top 10. Stats are pretty good. Attack is a little bit low. But she has a very versatile skill set, the Flight, Null Gravity Barrier. And then she has that same bump combo combination as Son Goku, the speed up and blast bump. And so she's a great support to the teammates. And then she also has a Meteor Strike Shot, a chain Meteor Strike Shot, which can do very, very high damage for a Meteor Strike Shot, which is aided by her bump combo. If you have another Blast Bump combo guy, you can use Tempest to hit that guy, set off the speed up on herself, and then she can hit more guys with the Chain Meteor and then do more damage overall. And yeah, I also use her a lot when I'm hunting Hakua, mostly because of her blast bumps, or her bump combos. Strike Shot, maybe not so great for Hakua, but yeah, still using her a lot. And yeah, very versatile, and yeah, grateful to have her. Very strong character. Alrighty, so that was my personal top 10. There were some kind of off, out in left field picks, but all of them are worth using, I believe. And yeah, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. Take care.